It's a pleasure to be here tonight. It's a pleasure to introduce a few of my fellow classmates and friends. And we'll start with a very special person. I know as we talk here tonight, I know we've talked a lot about Wheaton's track and field dynasty. And for those of you that have been to a few of these over the years, we've inducted every single team. It feels like the Wheaton track and field. Every year we have another track and field athlete that's inducted. And we had a dynasty, the late 90s and the early 2000s, but the one thing we don't really talk a lot about is what was before the dynasty. And when I think about our next inductee, she's someone who got here and really set the table for what we all know, the Wheaton track and field. Angela Mullins came to Wheaton from Montclair, New Jersey in the fall of 1996. It was a loaded first-year class that she was a part of. And although Wheaton women's track and field wasn't quite what we know it today, they were coming off a conference championship the year before. However, they'd never been to the NCAA tournament or championship. Sorry, I got team individual things up there. But your first year, Angela, you guys did make it to the championships. You didn't score, but indoors and outdoors, Wheaton was represented for the first time ever. The next year, well, we all know what happened. It was the start of what was something special. Second place finish indoor and outdoors. In 1999 and 2000, our indoor track and field teams winning national championships. Second and third place finishes in those respective years outside. Angela was a key component to all of those. 12 times, she was an NCAA All-American in the 400, 4x1 relay, 4x4 relay, and the long jump. 3 times she would take home national championship honors. And individually, she was the 1998 Indoor Track and Field National Athlete of the Year. She also was the first ever NUMAC Women's Athlete of the Year in track and field. And in 2000, she was honored as Wheaton's Senior Female Athlete of the Year. That's also, for those of you younger alums, that's the Dean Sue Award, as it's known now. Back in the day, those of us that went to school called the track and field team the cult, because you never saw them except on the track or in the classroom. Angela was a little different though. She was super involved. And to be very honest with you, she set a standard that is what we want our student athletes to be from here on out and what it means to be a student athlete in Division III. So she's an All-American, she's a national champion, she's also the class president, or vice president, sorry, I promoted you there, but she's the class vice president for the class of 2000 and eventually would become an SGA senator. She was active in the admission office, serving as an intern, giving tours, and interviewing potential student athletes, students and student athletes. She's an intern in the alumni office. Before we had a full-time sports information director, she was an intern in the SID office as well. She's also an RA and found time to perform in one of Wheaton's theater productions. She wouldn't tell me which one because I was going to try and pull some clips. I'll find out though, I know people. Quite frankly, again, she set the standard of what it means to be a Division III student athlete. So tonight it is an honor to present to all of you from the greatest class in the history of Wheaton College, the class of 2000, Wheaton College Athletics, Yowell Hall of Fame inductee, Angela Mullins.
Thank you to Wheaton Athletic Department, the committee, President Hanno, also to past President Crutcher, who welcomed me back on campus when I visited and participated in events. Also to President Dale Marshall, who was my president during my time here at Wheaton, and also always much love to Dean Sue, Alexander, Dean of all Deans. Thanks to Chad for going on that path with us as we started out and were developing the foundation of the track and field journey, we'll say. Study. Thank you for the introduction. It means more than you could ever know. I wasn't sure exactly how it was going to go, but I knew it would be heartfelt, genuine, with a touch of humor, just like you. And going off book for a second, I have to say that I'm so proud of everything that you did and have done and will continue to do because you are Wheaton. And everything with the Wheaton Athletic Club, these types of ceremonies, and just that Wheaton spirit, it should always be treasured, valued, appreciated, recognized, and class of 2000, what's up? was a very awesome class. Barrett, you're the only one that I don't know as well, but I know a lot about you now, and you like roll with a really deep posse. Respect. You're awesome. Coach G, it was just amazing. Bumping into you before here and seeing you in the Wheaton blue, it was like nothing had ever changed. And I have to say, Randy, and also to Dina, like, I apologize for the children, but y'all were some badasses. Like, I remember, and Dina would be like around campus and just like that, focused, and it would just be like, whoosh. And, but it was purposeful. And also just coming from another women's sports team to another women's sports teams, a lot of respect. Like, we always saw each other in the hallways and in the rooms and the change rooms, all that other stuff. And it was, we knew what work y'all were doing, and we saw the work that we were doing. So I really respect all of y'all. I want to give my heartfelt condolences to Mrs. Tyson. Rob was tried and true on the track. He was an absolute beast in workout and an ultimate competitor. Tennille, my compadre, we did the thing. And I was so proud of how, and Dee and I were just so proud of how you carried on with all our other ladies after we graduated. So beyond well done. I was so touched, truly, when I found out about this induction, or the nomination and all that. Thank you, Indira, and Facebook. Hey, social media plays a role. Anywho, I'm so very proud of my time here at Wheaton and what we did here for the track and field team and being a part of the foundation of the track and field legacy. We wanted to do great things and be exceptional, and then we were. Not just like that, but because we were there 6 days a week, 4 hours a day, for practices from August into the season, which typically went until May. The more successful we were, the longer our season went. I was initially directed to Wheaton by a high school graduate who visited my school, and he wore the Wheaton colors, and he told me about the college. He told me that this was the place to be. In that moment, God rest him, Eric Terrell Perry, a qualifier for an Olympic high jump qualifier while he was here at Wheaton. He set in motion so much for me, and he changed my life. It all changed my life. Being here at Wheaton, meeting people, maintaining friendships, some Wheatons where, oh, my whole wedding party was Wheaton. That lasted, the wedding's done, but whatever. I'm good with it. I was recruited by the ever-intense coach and passionate Coach Paul Sousa. Now, for any of y'all who have met him, know him, were around him, he was so full of energy and just everything that he couldn't stop moving. He couldn't stay still. So this is what he did. Keys, ponytail, keys. And he sang in a band, and he still does. But he infused that energy and ingrained the belief of what we would achieve into us so consistently and thoroughly that it was as steady as breathing. In high school, I was coached under Ray Spivey. I have to give him a shout out. I did the 400, the 200, the long jump, the triple jump, and the high jump. Granted, that was high school. I'm proud to say that I could jump over my own head back then, but that got put to the side here. I was a 60 to 61 second 400 meter runner when I arrived. Within 2 years, I was down to 55 seconds. The year after that, it was 54. To drop about 7 seconds in a few years is kind of a thing. I definitely think my swimming counterpart, because I look at swimming and track, just different modes of transportation, but that you could like rock with the timing thing. I did get to go to NCAA championships every year that I was here. I took pride in being y'all captain. From my sophomore year and on, I wanted to lead, I wanted to guide, I wanted to assist and steer. In my sophomore year, Coach Souza pulled me to the side and told me, I need you to qualify for NCAAs and all of your events. Okay. But I did look him right back in the eye and I said, okay. So in the indoor season, I qualified in the 55, the 200, the 400, the long jump, and the triple jump. I still remember that exact conversation to this day because he said it and I just had the conviction and I looked at it as an assignment and as my duty to rock it out. I didn't end up competing in all those events, logistics. But as it was stated, I was named the first National Athlete of the Year indoors for our school. I take immense pride in that distinction coming from a school of 1,500 and competing against schools of upwards of 35,000. Some of y'all know the talent level that was also previously mentioned and excellence that made up our track team. So this award was especially meaningful, as well as later being a part of bringing the first NCAA title to Wheaton. It's hard to talk about me without talking about the we. The entire women's team, as well as the men. We were a crazy family of warriors who could have individual success coupled with group triumphs. We held each other up, we spurred each other on. The hard work that was put in and the success that I and we had has influenced my life from graduation and on. I am so very thankful for my friends and family who have supported me over all the years. But I have to say some words to my first best friend, my dad. Bear with me because it's my dad. I have this in my hand because it's my dad. And he's amazing. So Dad, you should know all the things that I will say, but sometimes they have to be proclaimed and witnessed. My dad raised me for a bit on his own, and with the help of my grandma Sybil, happy birthday to her today. From one single parent to another, for all that you have done for me as my father, my friend, and my confidant. Don't you cry, Dad, because I'm gonna break. I couldn't ask for a better you. You instilled in me a certain code, which included integrity, honor, drive, diligence, being true, and standing by your words and actions. And I have owned that. All of that has carried me through my time at Wheaton, grad school, my profession, relationships, and in parenthood. There is a thread of you in all that I've done. I can only hope that my son Cole, who, by the way, is smart, charismatic, a natural athlete, and speedy as hell, built for track. I can only hope that he looks at me like I look at you, and I impact him as you have impacted me. I share this with you. I love you. With my teammates, our coaches, and I truly treasure that we had time to be our best selves together. It was really special. Thank you.